So thank you everyone for joining us for our lunch and learn today. I will just start with some introductions. I'm Rachel, the Customer Success Manager for Sugar in Provident, and I will be going over the SugarCRM updates. Then we have Nicky, the Customer Success Manager in Sugar, and she'll be going over Sugar Market and Sugar Sell. And then we have Andy Yeates, who will be going over Sugar AI and to answer any questions that you may have. So just to begin with, we'll just go over some housekeeping bits. So the session will be 30 minutes. You can unmute yourself and open your camera to ask us anything or submit your questions via the Q&A or chat box. The session will be recorded and we'll send out the recording within 24 hours. The agenda for today is, so we have a few items to go over with Sugar Market, Sugar Sell, SugarCRM, User Interface, AI and Q&A. So I will just hand it over to Nicky now to go over the Sugar Market sides.
Thanks, Rachel, and thank you for having me here today. Welcome, everybody. First off, I'll cover up the update for Sugar Market. There's one important update to Sugar Market in this release. Yahoo and Google have introduced a requirement whereby marketing and subscribe messages must support one-click unsubscribe for anyone sending out more than 5,000 emails a day. It's something we all expect now. And with Sugar Market, your customers can now easily unsubscribe from all emails or preference lists. You can see on the screenshot that the unsubscribe link is highlighted. Okay, now on to Sugar Sell. So would you mind moving along? Thank you. Might be a delay on my end. So what's new in reports? We've got consistent report chart colouring. Previously, the charts had randomly assigned colours. Now they are consistent across the entire platform, including SugarCRM and all reports and dashboards. One of the reasons for this is if you're comparing different territories, for example, the UK will always be red. So you can have consistency when you're quickly glancing at the charts, as shown in the screenshot. There's been an enhancement to quotes related to currency conversion rates. In the past, it could be annoying when you were working on an opportunity and you were building out a multi-phase process over time. If for some reason the currency rates changed in this time, then your pipeline could change. So it could cause some confusion. This has been updated, so it means that you can now lock the currency conversion rates on quotes that are still in progress. This is so they do not change unexpectedly when the rates are updated in the admin currency setting or via the third-party connector, for example. Okay. There are some further feature enhancements in SugarCRM. These also work across SugarCRM as well. Emails that fail to send are saved as drafts. If an outbound email cannot be sent, an error message will show and the email can be saved as a draft to be sent after the errors are resolved. Improved error messaging for emails. Inbound emails have improved error messaging to assist in troubleshooting if receiving email does not work as expected. And enhancements for yearly calls and meetings. If you mark a recurring call or meeting as yearly, you can set the specific date it occurs, e.g. the 1st of February every year. Okay, there are enhancements to the SugarCRM mobile app. There is now a timeline which displays a chronological view of interactions, so you can get customer or prospect information at a glance. You can also interact with it directly. So, for example, if you saw a recent email from a customer, you could email or call them back directly from here, as shown in the illustration. It's not very big, but at the top you can see that there's some icons you can use to make calls and emails. And finally, in Connect, there's a new landing page for meeting schedule, which makes it easy to schedule meetings for salespeople. Multiple meetings can be booked from a single page. The user sees multiple options and selects the one that best suits their needs, as you can see displayed in the screenshot.
Perfect.
Okay, now over to Rachel.
Thanks, Nicky. Yeah, so just for the SugarCRM updates, we have feature enhancements such as service insight reports. They are powered by Sugar Discover and provide reports that allow you to easily monitor events in your case module. We then have out-of-the-box reports. You have 12 pre-built reports that offer you better visibility into your case metrics. Then we have Sugar History for case modules. The Service Insight feature provides snapshots of your instance, allowing you to track changes in cases over time. offering you deeper insights into your service operations. Then again, with feature enhancements, we have Sugar Discover Dashlets. You can now use Sugar Discover Dashlets to add a service insights report
Oh, gone
directly
now,
to.
yeah.
I think someone's just unmuted. Sorry, so I'll just go over that again, just for the Sugar Discover Dashlets. You can now use the Sugar Discover Dashlet to add a service insight report directly to your home dashboard. This feature is available to SugarServe users with the access levels such as Dashlet user, read only, or admin. Then we have Slice Your Data. You can control which parts of the data appear in your reports, allowing you to customize how you view and analyze your information. Then we have Sugar Admin Control. This is access to service insight reports is managed by the Sugar admin who controls permissions for the Discover feature. And that's it for SugarServe. So we have Generative AI. So I'll pass this over to Andy.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, hi everyone. My name's Andy Yeates. I'm part of the solution consulting team here at Sugar. I've been with Sugar for about 10 years or so. So I've seen various different generations of change inside the platform. And I'd have to say that we're really committing to really making the most of generative AI and other AI technologies in the platform. In terms of the features that came out in this release, you may be aware of a few features that we had in some of the previous releases around the predicted conversion of leads and opportunities and things like that. But in this latest release, we've been beta testing this for a while with quite a few customers, and we're now releasing it to the wild. So there's really two or three main areas around where the kind of the Gen AI summarization capabilities come into play, and this is what's we've released in this current release, in this release cycle. So basically, whenever you're on an opportunity, an account, or on a case, you're obviously working often, it's a fast moving, kind of situation where you've got different people contributing to those records. You've got, key things you want to see very quickly when you're accessing that record, either yourself because you just want to quickly pick out the pertinent parts, or perhaps a manager or a kind of back office member of staff that needs to be able to see everything that's going on quickly rather than having to read every single piece of information or scroll through a timeline. So what the AI does is it loads the content of the record and all the related records to that, and it will start to summarize everything that it sees on the screen or it captures. So it basically will show you the expected outcomes of the next kind of engagement, who the key people are, and their contact details, any perceived risks or kind of written out risk factors against the opportunity. It can also suggest the next best actions based on the current state, which can be pulled from either the notes you've had or the tasks you've created, just to kind of make sure that's crystal clear in front of you. It also pulls out competitors, and this can also work in different languages. So if you've got a French team who are speaking, obviously capturing the notes in French, then it will also work across that as well. So let me just pivot here to actually I'll just do the next slide, then I'll jump into the demo rather than jumping back into. So in the same way, we've also got the similar kind of information for customer service, where it will look at a case, it will be able to see all the information about the key metadata in terms of what's the potential issue here, what are the potential blockers to getting this done, what are the risks, what are the next best actions, what's the kind of sentiment of the customer? Are they really angry? Are they quite neutral based on the language that's been captured and from into the system? And again, it can just really help you, especially when you're trying to quickly, say you get escalated a case to you, for example, as an agent, then you want to be able to quickly see what's going on, and this gives you a real easy way of doing that. So let me just kind of pivot here and just go into my demo here, and I'll just show you this in action so you can kind of bring it to life a little bit. So here you see a opportunity record. This is our own version of Sugar here, which we obviously use internally, and this is just a record that's been that's been closed. So I didn't think it was too inappropriate to show. So here's one of our customers, Rightmove, for example. And you'll see this is an opportunity for some additional licenses, and you'll see on the right hand side here this AI summary. So what this is showing you is that basically this is the this is the kind of the customer intent. They want to basically they've been overusing a few licenses, so they want to basically get some more. They they basically want to these are the kind of key information like existing business. We've already won the original business. There's some issues in terms of contacting them. We suggest we try to get hold of them, and so on and so on. And you can see this. If I was just to refresh this page, for example, what this is doing is you'll see this generates this on the fly based on the information that is available in in the system. So you see it's beavering away there, and you see it generates the AI summary there. So this is for the opportunity side. If I then go into a case record, and here's the case record, just loading up here. So here you see there's some participants. There was an issue with this, again, we've just picked Rightmove here, but they've got an issue with the dashboard when they upgraded. They're just capturing all the different timeline of all the different things that occurred in all these different communications down here and in the cases. It shows the kind of steps we've taken. You can see any issues and what we need to keep on monitoring, and you can obviously see that there's fairly neutralish sentiment kind of currently with this customer at the moment and this issue. So again, if you imagine you had to kind of work through all this yourself just to kind of work out all the different information, a lot of the feedback we've had about this feature is that it's really helping people to to save a lot of time, especially when they're working across different teams and not always kind of able to shout across the office to each other. So this is part of our Sugar Intelligence initiative, and so just a bit of background on that. So this is just a kind of another presentation. There's a whole presentation around AI we did fairly recently with Provident, and you'll see here some of the kind of areas that we're going to be going into. So you'll see obviously we've got opportunity in case summaries. There's also account summaries, is the third one I mentioned before. We've also got the ability, we're going to be adding in some kind of call scripting and automation on there. So when they're on a call, they can automatically prompt you to kind of say different things or ask different things based on the information that's coming in, and that's obviously for sell and serve. Well, on market side, we're going to be doing some stuff around. The kind of automatically creating content and saving time creating content. Another quite cool one is we're going to be adding in the ability to be able to search via voice. So you could actually ask the system certain questions like, can you show me the top 50 customers in my territory over the last year, and it would then run that command based off those words you use. Again, that's something on the horizon. And then finally, just things like looking at where customers are starting to demonstrate behaviors of potentially could churn, or perhaps they are demonstrating behaviors where the customer health isn't as good, or is actually improving, and there may be an opportunity to reach out to them and do more things like that. So I just thought I'd give you a little sneak preview here. We have a little bit of time, so I just wanted to make sure that you understand what we have now, but also some of the cool stuff that is on the horizon. Okay, back to you, Rachel.
Thank you, Andy. So yeah, we'll just have some Q&A. So if you have any questions and you'd like to ask, I have Andy here to help with any questions you might have.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks. I thought the AI stuff was interesting. I have a bit of a question that's probably a bit further down the roadmap, but obviously it's quite useful for the summaries. I quite like the bit around being able to use the voice prompts to get data out. And I was just wondering whether there was any plans to progress that further into, sort of if we wanted to actually create a report or even as far as a BPM, but actually start to be able to create things within Sugar using AI as well, rather than it just being around summary and pulling data out. Can you actually use
my understanding is that it will actually create the report. So you could say, I'd create me a report that does this, and this, and show me this information, either saying it or just by typing in, basically. So you wouldn't have to know the data model as well, or you wouldn't have to know all the intricacies of different joins between different related fields and all that kind of stuff. You could just go, I need a report that does this, and then I'll come back and show you it. Then you go, actually, can you tweak that and not remove that? And then that would work. So that's the kind of the path that I've been kind of told.
Okay, that's great. Thanks. Because I like the summary stuff, but I think certainly from our side, when we use Urban, some of the value will be when we can start quickly spinning stuff up without having to add somebody. Can you create this? Can you do that? When we can just sort of almost tell Sugar to do that and it do it for us. So
and that's the idea. So I think from back in the day where when you used to do dictation on your phone, it was like when I first using it, you'd spend half the time changing every word, that it was pretty pointless. Whereas I think nowadays, I'm always pretty gobsmacked when you could you just literally speak for 10 minutes and it's got pretty much all of it in there. So I think things like that where it can recognize voices, be really crisp in terms of the dictation on the device, and then pass that in clear commands to Sugar, and then obviously you can just operate and navigate just by using your voice, which will be really cool.
Great, thanks.
If you have any after this call, just please reach out to me and we can answer any questions that you might have. But yeah, so
just one quick thing, Rachel, just before
no problem.
If you want to find more details on the information we've shown today in terms of the the release notes and some of the collaboration within different people discussing it, then go to the Sugar Club. The Sugar Club has got all the release notes and all the details about that, and you'll find people often talking about the different features and discussing it. So you may also get some extra stuff there as well.
Thanks for that, Andy.
No worries.
So thank you for everyone joining, and thanks Andy and Nicky for joining me during the presentation. I appreciate it. If anybody has any questions or anything, just please reach out to us. Thank you.
Perfect.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Thanks, Andy.
Cheers.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.